got some problems.
Oh, shit. How do you think they're gonna react when we tell them they can't leave? Look, I know this sounds crazy, but none of you are safe here.
Whoa, what the hell is she talking about?
We are all in this thing together.
There are things around here that walk and talk just like us until they walk up to you and rip your guts out. There is no way out.
Oh, thank God we heard the screaming.
You picked a bad spot.
I'm seeing a lot of people pushed to their edge. You ever wonder if maybe that's the point?
Ooh, what is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of From What We Missed. Brian said he's a few minutes away, so he will be popping in as soon as he gets in. I appreciate all you guys that come in and check out the show. It's very interesting, especially when this show was on like how many years ago. We still sitting here trying to figure out what is going on with this story. So, we're definitely gonna get there. We're definitely gonna figure out what the hell is going on with this From story, man. Before the season is end, we will definitely figure out what's going on. Some of the theories that I have is one is Julie is a story walker, and Julie is the one that helped affect a lot of the things that we've seen that happened so far. So all of the things that she's done will be very interesting. This episode, you got a few, not much. There was a conversation I was looking for that I remember when I was watching. I said, "Oh, that's interesting," and then when I was looking for it now, I couldn't find it. So, um, hopefully, when Brian pops in here, he'll have it on his mind, and he'll know what the conversation is. So, another theory is that the man and yellow and the boy in white are connected somehow, maybe kinfolk, maybe father and son. Um, that's an interesting theory. Um, Another theory that I have is that man in yellow can't kill the boy in white can't kill the man in yellow. So they've brought people to this town not only to figure out what they did wrong, right? The previous reincarnations, what they did wrong, but also to stop the man in yellow, right? I believe maybe the man in yellow manipulated some of these people that would know would affect them stopping him. So, for example, in Lost, when Jacob was bringing people in there, the man in yellow also did. Well, the man in black also did some stuff to manipulate people while they got there. So I kind of think that's kind of the same thing that's going on in this situation right now. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not, but that's another theory. As Tilly is on the street screen here, I still think she is suspect, and we'll probably find out more information about her. I'm not exactly sure what, but could be wrong on that one. Um, what other theories did we come up with? That, the town is pretty much kind of like the Garden of Eden, and it's actually what's there holding in the evil, right? I believe that the evil, the man in yellow, is if he gets out, it'll be the end of the world, right? Because what we know so far about what happened is that the townspeople decided to sacrifice their kids for eternal life, right? There's nothing in there about any evil or anything like that. So I believe they were manipulated into doing that situation to bring an evil into this world, and an evil that granted them eternal life, but only at night. And when it's a nighttime, they turn into demons. So that's definitely going to be interesting to get some information on that as well. You know, um, like I said, there were a few things in this episode that kind of had me scratching my head. So we've talked about, the 14 people that died in the colony house. And we were speculating that maybe there had to be 14 people, but it seems like there was 25 people on the bus. 22 were accounted for, so three were missing. We seen two of them, right? The woman with the bar in her head and her boyfriend. So those are the two that were missing. I don't know if they found the boyfriend's body though. I'd have to go back and look at that one to see if he was one of the counted for. If not, then there's two people still missing. If so, there's one person missing. And if there's one person missing, I'm gonna say it might be Randall, might be Martin. Yeah, that's right. The person that is unaccounted for is Martin. There's a reason why they gave us that information to let us know that three people were missing, right? And then during the episode, we see what happened to two of them. Never find out what happened to that third person. Um, so I'm gonna be interesting to figure out what Brian thinks about that because that's I think that's a big reveal. Now you'd ask, well, if it was this person, that person that went missing got there before the house collapsed, if I'm not mistaken, right? So would he have known Julie? Not at that moment, but if Julie is a story walker and it's not the first time that Julie met him when we seen an episode in season three, then that would absolutely mean that um it's a possibility, right? So I don't know. It's just interesting to figure out. And I can't wait to see if we can figure out exactly what is going on and how they're going to handle certain situations. Because at one point, I kind of believe that they they have their plan where it's like we know how this is going to end, right? But they may change things along the way. And if they're sitting there watching people's theories and seeing what we're all coming up with, they may tweak one or two things just so that they keep people on their toes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think this show is going to end exactly the way it's supposed to end, and whatever happens in between is is important, but not as important as the overall story. So can't wait to figure that out. Um, Again, for me personally, I love this show. I think it's one of the best shows on TV. I can't wait for season four. We're sitting here and we're doing all of these reviews and going over certain things. And the reason why we're doing it is because we like the show, right? We want to figure out what's going on before it happens. So definitely an interesting situation. Other than that, I mean, there's really not much that happens in this episode. It's just we have Ellis talking to Boyd, and for some reason, Boyd doesn't really give him information. You know what I mean? Like they're talking about certain things, but I'm like, so Boyd, why didn't you tell him about Martin, right? The dude that you've seen there. I'm guessing Boyd kind of feels like things are in his head, but when you see the beginning of the show, he's actually, hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing, brother? Thanks for popping in. But when you see him at the beginning of the show, he's looking at the arm. He sees a cut in his arm. So obviously, the things that he's seen in there was real. And I think that's one of the things we've always talked about in this show is that they're not passing too much information. I tried to give them a little bit of credit because at least they were talking, but he's not telling the whole story. You know what I mean? He's telling one or two things, but he's not actually telling the whole story. Brian is in the house. What's up, Brian?
What's up?
What's going on, brother? Tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, but I'm honestly probably with Anzo more than even with the Spoiler King. So you can probably find me wherever he's at too.
which is crazy, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Those are your boys, but we always streaming and doing shit together. It's crazy.
We enjoy it. You know what? When you like being on and talking about stuff and kind of be investigative type of people, then you want to be on talking about these things, and that's why we even here talking to everyone else right now.
Facts, 100%. And Mac for Luke H. But yeah.
Oh, we'll argue later.
All right. So what did you think rewatching this episode?
There's a lot of little stuff. First of all, I gotta say this is just a personal feeling. Tabitha's a terrible wife and mother. Just gonna put that out there.
Facts, bro.
I'm looking like, what? So she
Facts.
was like, I don't even know if they eating. Yeah, of course you don't, because you the one digging in the house. You didn't know the house fell on your husband, nothing.
Mhm.
He's worried about the kids. You worried about yourself.
Facts. Facts. I couldn't agree more, bro. And the more we go back and watch it, the more we see how I don't understand why we had this like, oh
Heat
fuck
for
Jim
Jill.
type of, yeah, like, and you're watching it again, like, no, it's not Jim, it's fucking Tabitha,
She's
bro.
the worst. Oh my god. That's so that was the first thing I saw. The second thing I found was really interesting was that what's his name? Elgin's proxy. You
Mm-hmm.
remember who his proxy was?
Fatima.
Fatima was his proxy. So the person who make him feel comfortable, that's the person he kidnapped and did all those things to. That's
Facts.
crazy.
Facts. So what we saying? Fuck Elgin too, right? You know what I mean?
If you hate Sarah, you might as well hate Elgin too. That's all I'm gonna say. If you hate one, you should hate the other.
100%. I agree. I agree. Um, I wanted to run something by you because I think we got like I was looking for it because I remember when I was watching it, I seen they were talking about something like, oh, I gotta remember that, and I completely forgot what it was. But something that I do remember that was kind of important is they said there was 22 people on the bus,
Yep.
25 people on the bus.
25. Mm-hmm.
22 were accounted for, so 3 were missing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know what happened to 2 of them because one of them is in the tree and the other one's in the boyfriend. What do you
Yep.
think what do you think happened to the other one?
That is actually the number one question I was going to bring up. There's still one person missing.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who it is and why they're still there, man. That literally hit me. I was like, what? So wait a minute, 23. So there's 3 people missing, and then there's 2. So where's this other one? Who is this person?
Mm-hmm.
And I have no clue.
What if it's Martin?
But Martin knows about the town. He would know about the town because he ran from the town. What if it is? Oh, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I was thinking that Martin wasn't actually a person. I was thinking that he was an entity, that he was literally a part of them. That's how he knew about Boyd's wife.
Mm-hmm. Because I would say this, if it is Martin, right? And like, even though he just got a taste of the town, he ran into the woods. So maybe he ran far enough to realize that, oh, there's some more crap out here that's even worse than the town, right?
You're right.
So
that's really interesting. How about this? I can't bring my dread. Dude, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Oh, I wish I could grow my hair again.
I'm probably gonna cut it off one of these days, but it's so long. I told my barber, he said, "No, I'm not gonna cut it."
You 40 yet?
I'll be 40 in 2 months.
If you cut your hair, you will never be able to grow it again.
That's okay, because I could go bald. I got you. I'm 6'5". It works out. From Chicago. All I need is the music behind me. Like the Chicago Bulls. I'll be good.
Yeah, I actually seen your Facebook pictures where you're younger and you didn't have the braids and stuff. So yeah, it'll still work out.
When I played football, couldn't do it with all this hair.
Yeah, for sure. You ever get tackled by someone trying to pull your hair?
Oh yeah.
You didn't have hair.
I had a fro before,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be the back, and that's why I decided not to go get braids, because they will pull you by that, because they'll try to grab the back. I was like, man, F this. That's why I cut it all off.
I got you. I got you. So yeah, that's my theory.
Did you? My thing was the number one thing I saw was that so when Victor was looking for the violin, and Jade took the violin, he was mad because he was hiding it. Why was Victor hiding the violin?
And you know what's funny too? Because I was watching, I went back and watched episode 10 of season 3, right? When Jim tells about the music notes, he tells Jim to go to the house and get it in the basement because Victor keeps hiding it from him.
Yep, because Victor was trying to save everyone. He knew. Good. Victor knows about what's going on. I think he's experienced it more than just the one time we talked about it. He's might experienced it multiple times. And if that's the case, then he was trying to save everyone from dealing with it. Because we don't talk about the fact that there's a truck in the middle of the woods, right? So a 18-wheeler like that wasn't around like in the 1960s the way it was, right? So there might have been other people that have been there doing these same things, you know, bringing this stuff. So he knew, don't play this music. I think Victor knows more than he's saying.
You know what? Me too. I really do think Victor knows more than he's saying. Because if Victor was there for as long as he was supposed to be there, right? Then he would have seen shit. He would have heard shit. You know what I mean? And he would know shit. I just think he has that mental block in him to where he's not letting PTSD pretty much.
Yep.
You know
and
what I
you know
mean?
what? If he ever gets it unblocked, he might remember a lot of stuff.
I agree. And then we'll find out some serious information when he does. So you're going because last week we're like maybe Victor is bad working with the creatures. Now you don't think that anymore?
I think he did work with the creatures and they told him stuff. He knows more, so the creatures had to tell him about it, right? They can even say, "You think we're bad? We're nothing compared to what's out there," and they tell him about the music and stuff like that. That's possible that he knows it because of it.
I agree. Maybe told him to hide this or that, right? Because
you still keep the music box away, so you don't have to worry about bringing this man in yellow back, who probably tricked them into becoming what they became anyway.
And that's what I was just about to say, because we don't absolutely 100% know for sure if the man in yellow is working with the creatures, right? We don't
might
know
be afraid of him too. He might have been the reason that they're trapped there.
I agree. So I was going through some of the theories that I had. That's one of them, that the man in yellow probably convinced them, right? Because when they talked about sacrificing the kids, right? They talk about eternal life. There's no talk about any type of evil. It's not like they're doing it because they want to bring an evil into us. Or like a lot of the times you watch shows where it's like, oh, we're going to do these sacrifices, we're going to do this. It's going to bring some sort of evil into the world. But there's no talk about any evil into the world. So I think that maybe you're correct. The man in yellow kind of convinced them that you guys will get eternal life, and hence tricking them that that's what their eternal life was going to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if the man in yellow was a crossroads demon. You know, so you ask him, the town was dying, you know, things weren't growing. So they're like, what do we need to do? Say, you can sacrifice these babies, these kids, and we'll bring you a prosperous next new year, and we'll grant you eternal life.
Facts. Because you got to think about when it happened, right? Someone would have had to tell them about eternal life, the people with kids, right? Someone would have had to been like, I guess you would say like a cult leader, stuff like that. And I definitely beginning to think that it was the.
Oh no, we lost him. I'm beginning to think the same thing, that it's the man in yellow. That's the guy who actually did all these things. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. And if it was, there he is. He comes back. There he is.
What happened there? Shit just closed up and the banner came up and everything. Go ahead.
If it is the man in yellow, then, you know, once again, we could have a more biblical type of presence again, and it could be once again the Garden of Eden. So I'm just saying, all those biblical references could be still coming back, because I mean, at the end of the day, these biblical references are still parables, right? And what if this is another parable to it? I can see all those things being possible, but I honestly, I think they're all afraid of him, including the monsters are afraid of him. So maybe now even the monsters don't want to come out.
I agree with you 100%, right? And I also think that, like you said, if there's something worse in the forest, then maybe, because I'm thinking that it's possible the man in yellow had a wife, right? Because we
remember that story, that whole song from the beginning of it. Talk about all this family and all this stuff. You know, that's my father. What if the man in yellow is the father?
Yeah.
What if the boy and woman in the picture are his kid and his wife?
And like you said, the boy in white is their son.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's their story. And then there's something like, you know, Aboleth, like, you know, we're talking about Star Wars. To that extreme, there's an entity out there that's worse.
Yeah, 100%. And I think maybe the wife is the stuff in the forest that's even worse
Mm.
than anything else, right? So now the man in yellow is out there. He's gonna reunite with the wife in the forest, whatever it is, the big spider, whatever. They're gonna reunite, and it's gonna be them that they're gonna have to really worry about and take down, right?
Could you imagine that we get into next season and you start seeing monsters from at nighttime being murdered?
I was just thinking that too, bro. I was just thinking that too. Where it's like, oh, you failed me, and he's killing you, right? And maybe with their death, they don't. With him killing them,
They
they don't
don't.
come back.
Yep.
They don't come back, right? So that could be one of the reasons why they would be scared of him as well.
And why they
Ooh, I
told
like
Victor to
that.
hide the violin because they don't want any chance of any music.
Absolutely, right? And you see, it's funny though, because like, we're like, oh, we're saying they're doing this and doing this to help Victor to not get, but they're still killing people in the town, right? And I think
Hmm.
Kelly, the one with the bar in her, said something interesting in this where she said they were playing with
Yeah,
me,
that's exactly what
right?
they said. Hmm.
So even at this point, they're not taking it seriously. They're playing with everybody in the town. It could be possibility where they think everybody in town is just like a toy to them. You know what I
Season
mean?
at that, yeah, yeah.
And the man in yellow coming in is going to F that up. It's going to screw all of that up to the point where, it's even them that are going to be on the
He
run from the
he
man
can
in
even
yellow.
remind them who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your place. This is my place.
Yep. 100%. You know what I mean? It was definitely a possibility. I had a question though, because like, when I was watching it, you think we're going to see the kimono lady again?
I can see him killing her.
And I think if he does,
Because that
that
stops them from
being reborn. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't actually have to kill them. Maybe he actually just has to kill the kimono lady. I think there's going to be a lot of shit is going to go down in the next season, and if there's another one after that, I think a lot of stuff is going to go down. And I also believe that a lot of like there's going to be a lot of twists and turns where we didn't see certain things. That's
Yep.
why when we come up with these theories, I don't knock them off because I'm like I'm expecting a twist. You know what I mean? I'm expecting something to blow our minds, and I think they've tried to do that in every season so far. So who's to say that they're not going to try and do that again?
And stuff that we don't see, we don't mention. They always they write that down and say, okay, we could come back to this, revisit this.
Mhm,
They
mhm,
won't even think about this stuff.
mhm. Because I sit here and I think even though all of the theories that we came up with, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of crap we missed, even going back to it, right? Because you may see something where it's like, oh yeah, whatever, and then you go back to it and like, oh my god, I can't believe I missed that, you know? So
But that's what they do, though, right? They give us all the emotion and stuff to distract you from what's really going on.
absolutely,
Put it right in your
100%.
face, and then you don't realize, oh, we should have been talking about this.
What's
What
up,
up,
Fletch? How you
Fletch?
doing? How you doing? He said, "Damn, man, I missed from man." Yeah, me too, brother. 100%. We still do. But the fact that we get to review it every week and then go back and watch all these other episodes, hey, it's crazy, bro. The
Dude,
things we
no,
missed.
I gotta say, boy, I was enjoying it so much when boy told Randall, look, I had a long week, so
Yeah,
my patience is running thin.
me
So
too.
look, you can take your shit and go on at the boys and go to those monsters or drop that motherfucker right now. I was like, this is so awesome. He is
Facts,
so cool. I loved it.
facts, 100%. And it's good because even like when you're watching these shows, watching it back and finishing up Severance, like the acting in these shows are like stellar. You know what I mean? Like
Yep,
we're getting really good acting in a lot of these shows. And I think a lot of shows miss that because once you get good actors, then you can just go from
keep it
there, you
going.
know?
Hmm.
Absolutely. The only show that's keeping me alive right now is Yellow Jacket. I hated that Severance ending scene, so effing bad. Can't wait for next season of From.
A lot of people say this though.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people say that ending of Severance. Oh my god! Have seen Adolescence? No, that sounds like something I'm going to watch tomorrow. Because you
Oh
just said
yeah.
this.
Adolescence is okay. So it's supposedly based on a true story, and there's a lot of people giving it slack because the lead is a white kid, and
Mhm.
supposedly it was some black person that did it, whatever. So of course they go crazy over that. But it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be really good. Bro, they spent 2 seasons
Fighting
fighting to
for the
get Mark and Gemma to have that dog. No, that shit ain't for me. Sorry, Apple TV. I get it, man. Listen, I
I
get it.
get it too.
100%.
People being pissed off, I totally understand being pissed off. But for someone to bring that type of emotion to you, you got to say, they understand what they love, know what you love, and they're giving you exactly the opposite to make you think about it. But I think it's still going to happen. I think it's still going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. So Adolescence is a disappointment. Great 3 episodes. The ending one, oh boy. Oh, really? Huh.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out still because I know it was on Netflix and I seen and plus it's one of those ones that people are the usual suspects doing their race bending and this is the reason why they did it kind of thing. So
Yep.
I want to see what it's about 100%.
Looks like I'm gonna be watching it tonight.
Absolutely. Sorry, back to from. Yeah, no, it's
No.
okay. It's okay, brother. It's fine, 100%. But yeah,
matter of fact, I'm gonna put it out here. We're gonna watch Adolescence, and then I'm going to review it on Saturday. That's what we're gonna do. I'm putting it out there.
There you go, guys. There you go, guys. You know what? Yeah, hook me up. I'll watch it and I'll come on there and talk about it too, right? Because that's it's one of the things that we gotta be like, listen, regardless of whatever, it's good, it's not good. So absolutely. That's
Exactly.
a good show to do. Good show to do. Yeah. Hey, what do you have though, Fletch? We've been giving theories. What are your theories, right? We've been coming up with a lot of theories. I think some of them are good, some of them maybe a little far-fetched, but at the end of the day, the way this show is, I think far-fetched, like nothing could really be far-fetched, to be honest with you. Really and truly. What else did you get from this episode, Brian?
Just Jade overall. Jade is not a good person. That's just I keep on thinking the whole time. I'm looking at him like, and then Victor being not answering any questions. So both Boyd asked him questions, right? Jade is asking him questions. He's not answering. Tabitha asked him questions. He's not answering. He's pretending like he's not hearing them, but he knows some answers. I'm telling you, it's not just that he has been around. He knows something. He's seen something.
Absolutely. No, I get it, bro. I get it. Last year when we saw the show, the theories were off the chain. And I do think that when it comes back again, the theories are gonna come back again. So I get it if you want to take a break. So Brian, thank you. Jade ain't a night person indeed. I hated the fan base meet right in Jade to diss Jim as soon as Jade connected with Tabitha. Hey, listen, before you came in,
You should have heard
right?
what I said.
Brian was like, you know what? Tabitha's not a good person. And I was like, after rewatching this, I don't understand why we hated on Jim so much when in reality, Tabitha was horrible. Like she is really bad. And now I can understand where
Yep.
Jim was coming from,
Yep. 100%. So
Said
Yellow Jackets.
Jacket.
I've been watching Yellow Jackets too, so I mean, I can't. My problem with Yellow Jackets is, I think that they should have all died, and so it's hard for me to believe this show, all the stuff, Lord of the Flies type of stuff. But I just thought they should have all died immediately.
I got you. I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm definitely on my to-do list because people keep talking about it. He said, I saw people say Jade was a better father figure than Jim. Like, what the F? Yeah, that is absolutely not true. Especially go back and rewatching it, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember we used to say, "Oh, Jim needs to be more sympathetic to Tabitha and Tabitha." But at this point,
And Jim had a freaking house fall on his head because of Tabitha, and she didn't come and say sorry for putting you in that position. Never. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I was in there for your ass.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. People forget Jade was on Drug season 1 and Alcohol season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The frog
Brian,
man, bro.
wait,
Yeah.
the froggy
Yes.
style. What up?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Exactly what you're thinking. Yes.
Okay, all right. Oh, I'm gonna check it out now. Brian, who do you think set the cabin on fire in Yellow Jacket?
I'm still not sure because, dude. So to answer that, you have to understand some of these people, and that's why we might have to do a whole episode about it. I know people are gonna say Shauna. I think people are gonna. I'm not sure. Oh, you said Shauna. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure because I feel like there's someone that we're not looking at, and I don't know.
Now you can go ahead fresh because I like even though I watch it, like spoilers like that don't bother me at all. You know what I mean? Absolutely not.
Because
They don't bother
Ty
me.
it definitely could be Ty. I don't know. Oh,
All right, so Yellow Jacket, what season is it on and what episode?
so now it's like I think this is season 3 right now because the fire that he's talking about is at the end of season 2. So it's like the coach.
Okay.
What's his fuck his name? Coach Ben. Coach Ben. And everyone thinks Coach Ben did it, and it was a setup.
All right. So what? You know what? I'm gonna binge watch it, and yeah, if there's people that like Yellow Jacket and want it, I'll definitely talk about it 100%. Okay, Brian, I think it's Shauna. That's why she was blaming
Blame
Coach
Coach
Ben.
Ben.
With
Mhm.
Coach Ben dead, the question of who set the cabin on fire dies with him. Interesting.
Yeah, I always thought Ty did it, but yeah, he said Kodiak.
Kodiak named after the bear. I think Kodiak is connected to the Al.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
All right. So I see there's interest in Yellow Jacket. I'll definitely check it out. I hear good things about it, anyways. So I'll definitely check it out, 100% for sure.
I
For
mean,
sure.
it's funny because Coach Ben like is the one. Everything went through to it. You know, everyone
You
said
don't have
yeah.
you don't have to
Everyone said it. He was
apologize
it,
enough.
man. What about?
I'm
I want to know, Fletch. You think you don't think Nat did it? You don't think Nat did it?
and I'll say this, like, don't worry about it, because there's not much in this episode anyways, right? So we just talking and kind of stretching it out. So don't worry. Do what you gotta do, brother. Don't worry. He
I
said,
don't think that we
not
have a motive yet,
motive.
but the way she acted very much like Shauna, frantically trying to get out, trying to say like who did it and all that stuff. I feel like everyone's looking at Shauna, everyone's looking at Ty, but really it was Nat. That's just I don't know. Her baby. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay, now you guys got me interested.
That's a good point.
All right,
That's a
all
very good
right,
point, Fletch.
all right. You guys got me. That's the one with the chicks that are stuck in like the forest or whatever, right? Plane crash.
Plane crash, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And all hell breaks loose, and then they talk about all these people survived the crash, and then but they all didn't survive being there, and you'll see them killing each other and stuff like that. It's crazy, and then you see the same, like they got out, and you see like the today time, and they go back and forth.
You said try it. Season 3 is cooking. All right, I got you. Hey, listen, man. When Lost first came out, all right, I was like, I am not watching, and I said many times, I'm not watching this Gilligan's Island wannabe show. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I'm like, this. I said this show's gonna be one season, and then in season 2, I just happened to watch an episode, and remember, we had like 22 episodes or something like that, right? I went back and I binge watched every episode to catch up to where the season was, so that I watched it every time it aired. So yeah, binge watching is not a problem. Brian, last one. I think adult Melissa shows up next episode. I think Akila's vision is foreshadowing that when they got rescued, Akila wasn't with them and stayed behind. Okay. Last one, I promise, Brian. Could Alex be Walter?
I've heard this theory, and thought a lot of people think that Alex is Walter. I mean, yeah, that's a good ass question. I think Alex could be Walter.
Hey, listen, I tell you, I've been on many streams with Brian. Many. I've watched many streams with Brian. And anytime someone asks Brian if he's seen this, he's always seen it.
I've watched it. Because I sit down and I watch stuff, or when I'm driving, because I just took this 2-hour drive from Chicago. I was watching stuff.
You know what I mean? Like he's seen it, he's watched it. I'm like way behind, but yeah. So Walter's been sus since the beginning, coming for revenge. They killed Lottie, who killed the frog scientist. I think they're coming for Shauna because Cheyenne killed Hannah. Revenge.
What happened with Shauna? Shauna was he tracked down Alex, and if Alex is Walter, because she gets a call from Walter, actually she tracks down Alex. Alex could be Walter. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That tracks.
Interesting. So there's mysteries in the show like that, though?
Oh, a lot. And you don't know. And people are dying left and right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
From the beginning, like from the start. People dying.
Okay. So I like that. You know what I mean? You see, those are the type of shows that I kind of like the most, is where there's a mystery to it. You know what I mean? And you have to try and figure it out, and maybe watch the episode 1 or 2 or 3 times to figure out what's going on, see if you've missed anything, you know? And that's why, again, I think From does that very well too.
I agree.
Wild twist, Walter being Alex. Indeed, the show is cooking for real.
That's so funny because like she tracks down Alex. I said she tracks down Alex, and then Walter calls, and then that just means she's calling the same person she just tracked down, and he knew that because she just found him. So like wow, that'd be crazy.
So the biggest mystery is who is the pit girl. To me, it's Mari. Her falling into this season was foreshadowing it, in my opinion. Interesting.
No, I think that's people are saying that a lot. I saw that as Mari.
We think she's meeting Alex, but the actress is playing adult Melissa Bryan. Look what you're doing, Fletcher. You got even Brian thinking. Now he's gonna go back and watch the show with anything.
That's interesting that you're saying that. Adult Melissa. You got me, man. If that's true, that will be. I don't know. Like I love Cody. Especially when you talk about the frogs and Hannah. I mean, you talk about the frogs and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You have to watch it because you can't talk about this stuff without knowing about what actually happened, who's dying, who's doing this.
I got you. Said I'll be.
But when you do it, we're going to talk about all this because that's interesting. That's really interesting.
And you know what? I promise you, I'll be caught up by then. You know what I mean? Even when I'm sitting here, like just like playing 2K or whatever, I'll pop it on and watch it at the same time. So I'll definitely be caught up by next week.
What's going to happen is you're going to start watching it, right? And then you're going to be doing something else, and you're going to stop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You're
going to be like, what the hell just happened?
That's what happened with Paradise. When I put on Paradise, I was doing something else, and I was watching it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me give this my full attention. You know what I mean? So I did that. So absolutely. So, yeah, Fletcher, don't worry. Definitely check it out for sure. You know, I mean, because I know they're looking for a show to do on Saturdays as well. I think maybe you're already too deep into Yellow Jacket for that.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket's already on like episode 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think the last thing I saw was 7. So I might be a one episode behind, but I think it's 7 right now.
Oh, so then there's like what, 8
like
episodes
3?
of season?
Yeah, it's like I think it's 3 left.
Okay, like 10 episodes. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so I know that definitely. But like I said, they're always taking suggestions. You know what I mean? We're always taking if what you guys want us to talk about or watch, no problem. I still have to do my magazine's dream review. So that's coming soon too.
Dude,
You know what I
it's
mean?
interesting. That's an interesting movie, man.
100%. You know what I mean? There's a lot to talk about with that movie too. I think
I
I
just
want
wish
to
people
watch
would
it
get off
again
their
too.
butts and go see it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 100%. All right, bigger Ford Fire. Yeah, absolutely, brother. So next time when you're talking about it, I won't be sitting here like, I have no idea who Melissa is or who that is. I will know some shit. You know what I mean? Definitely. But yeah, so like I said, man, like so much good stuff is coming out there now. So I definitely wish people would go see it. You know what I mean? Especially the magazine Dream stuff. I really want people to watch that.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
people are going to pretend like they know something, and I think being in only 800 theaters, being a fifth of the amount of normal, it's just going to hurt it no matter what.
100%. And already the narratives, I seen a article. Oh, the Jonathan Majors movie is not doing well. First movie after so and so, and all kinds of stuff like the narrative they're putting out there, but they don't really let people know that it's playing in a. Chillmonger didn't even know it was playing in Canada until I told him. You know what I mean? He had to go and look. He's like, oh, okay, I found it at this theater. So it's not playing everywhere.
It's only like I think you only got Canada. And it was only like $50,000 of sales in Canada.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of people in my theater as well, like just a few. But I did go at like 4 to see it. So, but I knew once the theater they put it in, and then it was on like the top floor of the last theater. I was like, yeah, no, yeah, this is not gonna do very well. But I hope he gets I hope he gets the recognition at least for his performance. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I didn't expect this movie to be a big money making movie, but I also
If
hope
it makes
that
$10
people
million,
can.
I would be ecstatic.
Oh yeah, me too. But I don't think so. It'll be lucky if it gets to 5. To be honest with
You're right. You're probably
you, you know
right.
what I mean. So we'll see. Anything else for from? What else did you
I
come
do
up
have
with?
a few things. Okay, so
Let's do it.
Ethan was playing. Well, first of all, Miss Chang. What's her name? Miss Kenny's
Chin.
mom. Ken. Um,
Yes, Miss Chen.
First
Yeah.
of all, she says mothers got to stick together.
Yes.
That was pretty awesome.
Hmm.
And it's funny because as soon as she dies, Tabitha forgot about that shit. She ain't check on Kenny. She ain't do nothing.
Facts.
She is
Facts.
a terrible person. Miss Chen
Facts.
gave all the clothes, gave her everything they needed, go through all the stuff, gave her a house, gave her the house.
Hmm.
And then Kenny has to move out of the house after she's gone.
Facts. Facts.
It's like, dude, you are a user. You are a terrible person.
Facts.
Hashtag Tabitha's terrible. That's where we're going.
I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? And I think she's going to get a lot worse because now she's going to be mourning Jim's death
Yeah.
and she's just not going to give a shit about anything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm
I
right
think
there with
someone's gonna have to call her to like, wake the hell up. What's wrong with you?
100%. And it's probably going to be it if one of her kids are in danger. Then she's going to wake up. But until then,
I'm going with Henry.
oh, you think if Henry gets in danger?
Yep. Do you know what I would do to has time to spend with my time with my kids right now? You know how much I would give for that?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
I am covering Last of Us too. Yes. I told Brian and them if it comes on Saturdays, because usually sometimes I get shows early. If I get it early, then I'll do watch parties on Saturday. But I'm probably gonna do it on Sunday too. If I know these guys are like gonna probably be busy or stuff like that, but I'll do like a watch party on.
If he does it on Saturday, we'll definitely be there Saturday doing that, and then do a discussion right after. But if he does,
yeah, and
Sunday
then
be a little bit harder.
Sunday will be a little harder, but because they do their shows on Monday, so if they talk about it on Monday, then I'll see if I can pop in with them and talk about it there.
Perfect. Yeah.
I think my main theory from at this moment is that it's all Ethan's mind. You know what? We've talked about that, Fletch.
Many
We've
times.
talked about that, right? Where
Mhm.
we don't. Yes, exactly. The boy in white is a manifestation of Ethan helping them do their quest. Man in Yellow is a manifestation Ether after falling the quest.
Failing.
So
Oh, yeah.
failing the quest. You see, here's the thing, right? We think that Ethan and because I've said it many times that the Matthews family mirrors Victor's family. I don't know Victor's last name family, but mirrors it. So what we believe is that it started with Victor, right? Victor was making the picture, so he was telling the story that way. Then when Ethan came over, it went over to Ethan, and Ethan is the storyteller now. So yeah,
Yep.
100% we agree. Maybe the quest is to save Thomas. That could be interesting as well too, right?
You remember, so because you said that, Tabitha said, I used to have visions that Thomas was still alive
Mm-hmm.
and he was okay,
Yes.
before I had came here.
Yes.
And then she talks about like I should see it for a second, a glimpse, and then
Mm-hmm.
now I'm seeing the Kui kids, and I'm wondering, like, is that the same thing that they're trying to get her to save him from wherever he is? Maybe that's
Facts.
why they're there.
Facts. 100%. Right? Because we always talk about saving the Ankui kids, right? But what we learn from Ethan is that they can change things, but they can't. Well, I'm sorry, they can affect things, but they can't change things.
The way
So
they work.
no, right. So no matter what happens, those Ankui kids are going to die.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But maybe there's something they can do to affect Thomas not dying. So that's interesting. I honestly hope the writers know what they are doing.
I think they know where they're going.
Yeah, me too. I think they change things along the way, right? Because right now they're writing, or if they haven't finished writing it, I hope they finish writing it because it's summertime, so they're gonna have to start filming soon. You know
I
what I mean?
think they're not filming now.
Are they? I hope so.
I believe
Better
they're
film
filming
them.
now already.
From showrunner, please don't have an ending like Severance season 2. All right, you know what? We're gonna get into. I want to get Brian's final thoughts on that. Stick around, Fletcher, because we're gonna get into the Severance season 2 stuff, and I want to hear what I want you to hear what Brian has to say
I
about it.
will tell
Right?
you all about it.
All right.
I have some thoughts on it.
Absolutely. So first off, what else did you have, Brian?
Ethan, with playing with those blocks and how he said it all fits together. Once again, Ethan talking about all the story. If you really pay attention, it all fits together, and he's the one figuring it out. See, guys,
Mm-hmm.
I did it. It fits together, and as soon as he did it, the Kui kids came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is all Ethan putting the whole story together somehow.
I agree. And then the fact that Ethan was putting together that puzzle that Tabitha seen in the, you know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with you there. Said I didn't enjoy the interviews they did. Happy accidents, man. Who interviews? Who did? Are you
Are you
talking about
talking
the
about all the ones of Severance? Because I
Severance?
watched all of them. You
Yes,
know,
I watch most of them too. I watch a lot of them too. I watch a lot of them too. What else did you get, Brian?
I think that was really the biggest thing. It was about Ethan. The front shoulder. Yeah, okay, the front shoulder.
Oh.
They had it, and it seems like they knew what they're doing.
You see, so
go ahead.
before Brian goes, I'll just say when they say happy accidents, they were talking about the rebirth of Smiley, right? They weren't sure. They knew they were going to bring Smiley back. They weren't just sure how they were going to do it. And then when they started giving Fatima the pregnancy, they were like, "Oh, this is how we can play out the pregnancy by using it to bring Smiley back." So that's what I think what they mean by happy accidents, which they'll probably have more of, but they know where the show is going to end. That's why they know how many excuse me. That's why they know how many seasons they're going to have. So they know where the story is going to end. It's just getting to the story is where you're going to have some happy accidents in there. And they changed plans. Tabitha was supposed to get out in season 4. Yeah, 100%. I still don't get the connection of Smiley rebirth with Fatima getting pregnant. Pregnant is foggy. So there's a few things in the series that I think we've talked about, and I think this episode kind of explains that, right? Where we say that you have to be in a certain mind frame for From to be able to affect you.
They said they're always talking, but only the people that are sitting there in the right place to actually listen
Yes.
are the ones to hear. And she says that today. I mean, and when talking to who were they talking to?
Ethan, Elgin.
Elgin. Elgin. Yeah.
Elgin. Yeah. Right. So what I'm thinking is that because last episode, Fatima lost it, right? And then in this episode, when Ellis right here is talking to Boyd, he's telling him that I've never seen Fatima like this. She lost all of her happiness and everything like that, right? So I think that's where she became susceptible to being pregnated. So
And then he
that's
said,
my opinion.
that's when he said, you have to be the thing that she's there for. You have to be
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens if Ellis dies?
They never confirmed if it was connected to Boyd's worms. No, they didn't, but it's not, because when we went back and we did our reviews of it, right? And we'll get to it in this season too. Boyd gets rid of the worms before Ellis, before he gives the blood to Ellis. Yeah,
Yep.
and gives the blood to Ellis. Yeah. So that's interesting. He said, yeah, interesting before. Oh, hey, we got some interesting stuff over here, Fletch. You don't know, bro. We definitely when Lost started, right? Internet wasn't a thing. Well, it was a thing, but it wasn't
Not
really.
YouTube like the way it was.
Yeah, YouTube. It was blogs. So I would be on blogs constantly reading all of this stuff. The only other show that I've ever done that to is with this now. Because like I was watching everything that was from related videos, reading articles and stuff like that. So and I know Severance has that effect too. It's
Yep.
just I haven't gotten as deep into Severance as these guys have. Like they're 100%.
I've been into all Severance. I've read everything. I got the manual over here, man. I'm ready to work in Lumen, man. What you talking about?
All right. So but other than that, he said Lost would be huge if it aired nowadays. Indeed, I think anytime
it would take over the world. It would take over the world if it did.
Yeah. Lost was definitely groundbreaking, and even today, if it played, people would still love it as much as they did. It just wouldn't love the ending. Yellow Jacket kind of gave me Lost vibes at the beginning, but not anymore. Froggy.
Not since season 2. Not since season 2.
Really?
It's different. It's definitely different.
I got you. I think From gives like the closest Lost vibe than anything I've watched so far. Like mystery box shows, we have Silo, we have Severance, we have From, right? You guys saying Yellow Jacket.
Yep.
But I think when it comes to being like Lost, From is the closest one to it, to be honest with you. So now, because I know we're gonna have to do the watch party soon. So
yes, I know. Yeah, get out of here soon.
Yeah, we got a few minutes to talk. So Brian, break down your Severance for this guy, because
okay. So I think they foreshadow that you're going to any was going to choose Helly, and that Helly is actually going to end up. They're going to catch him, right? And then Jane is going to want Helly to run the company, because he said, I really don't love my daughter, but I see curing you. So I believe Helly is going to end up running. He's going to make Helly run Lumen and be his successor. And how does he keep her in line? By keeping Marquez. So Marquez will still live. They'll still be able to do everything. Helly R will be the one taking. And what's going to happen is Helena is now going to become the innie, and Helly is going to become the outie.
So here's this question: why the F would innie Mark return to Lemon though, when Mother F and Cobell told him after he completed the Cold Harbor they would get rid of him? Why the F did he went back to them?
Yeah, so what he said in an interview was that he just wanted a few more moments with Helly. He loved her, and he realized if my life is going to end, I just want to spend a few more moments with her. Unfortunately, what he doesn't know is how much Lumen actually likes Helly, or specifically Jane Egan likes Helly. So that's what's going. He's going to end up. There's a chance that he's going to still be an innie. He's going to put him in one of those houses the birthing colleges or something like that. So when she goes there, yeah, it's definitely going to romance. It's definitely romance. But when she goes there, she's going like literally she'll have to be able to spend the time. They're gonna make her the outie though. I'm telling you. And then Helena, who is always very negative about innies and that they're not really people, will become the innie herself. And then all season 3 is going to be about Gemma trying to save Mark.
100%.
I understand you not understand that like in the ending because first of all, in my mind, Gemma's fine. There's no way I'll be like, Helly, Gemma, I'm out the door. Just so that's going forward. But I love Dylan, and Milchek is really interesting too. So I wonder how what's going to happen between all the people that are left there and Milchek. Are they going to hold him hostage?
So we got 2 seasons of Mark trying to save Gemma to have Gemma try to save Mark now. Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the question is Mark going to realize that he should have went with Gemma the entire time?
What's up? How you doing, brother? Thank you.
What's up, Garrett?
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So, and I'll say this too, right? Because you're talking about a romance, and I think that was always the case with Severance. You know what I mean? It's just that you had Mark, like you said, trying to find Gemma. What happens if you throw in a third situation there?
Yep.
And that's what they did with Helena. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
What if, now, stay with me, Fletcher. I talked to Anzo about this. What if Miss Cobell is Mark's mother? Biological. Okay. And then the reason why Devin is so okay with trusting Miss Cobell is because she knows she's the older sibling, and she knows that that's his mother.
Absolutely.
That's why she trusts her, and that's why she says, "I care for you." And she wanted to scream it, "I care for you. I've been watching you." So Miss Cobell, who came with the Severance thing, Severance is like her baby, and then Mark is like her baby, and she wants to make sure that he's okay, and she would do whatever it takes to make sure he's okay too. What also want to take down Lumen, so that's going to be a really big thing though, because now Fletch, now what if Miss Cobell is his mother, and James Egan is his father, because that's how she knew about the birthing cabins and all that stuff. What would that make Heliar and Mark?
Brother and sister.
And
then having a baby would keep the blood pure, right?
Exactly.
And I got another thing to say. First off, just popping in, got a game night with the family in a few, but always ready to chop up some from. Appreciate it. What's the game you guys playing with the family? What you playing tonight, huh? And make sure you win, brother. Don't let kids
win,
brother.
Nope.
Yeah, do not. yeah. And the wifey, hey, listen, all fair in love and war. You know what I mean? You game night, you put on the. Trust me, you destroy it. All right.
Be a detective. Okay, I got you. That's more like Clue. I got you.
Interesting to see who the board is. What did Cure do in the past? What Lemon's about? And I don't want to see any Mark with any Helly. So I got a theory too, and I seen in the video, so I kind of front, but it made sense. They were talking about the board, right? They said, what if the board isn't actually a board, but it's like a motherboard?
A motherboard, yeah. Because you think about all the numbers and stuff you could put in the computer program, and that's their personality that they held onto a motherboard. That makes sense.
Yes, 100%. Said Monopoly is my game. I got you, brother. Well, whatever game you're playing, don't not
let them win.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go for that throat, step on it, crunch it up. It's competition, bro. Listen, I'm a competitive guy. You should see when me and my son go at it in 2K. Oh my lord, it gets heated sometimes.
I want to let my kids score. Playing basketball, I don't let them score.
Facts.
Hey, let me shoot. Go ahead, I'm gonna catch that shit.
Yeah. Cobell is Mark's mother for sure. Helly and Mark are Egans. Just wait, Mark is a bastard
Egan. Yep.
Yeah. I said Cobell was Mark's mother since season 1. Their connection was deep, which would make sense why she was always so watching what he did and
That's
lives
why she
beside
lived,
him
even
and
the
everything.
Audi,
You know?
she lived next to him. She wanted to keep her eye on the son that she wasn't able to nurture.
Absolutely, 100%. The board is Kier's AI mod chip. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
The board
And
is all the Egans that we saw in that painting. Well,
yes.
Mark's painting, his what's it, Cold Harbor success or whatever it's called. That's what the board is. All those are up there. And the reason why Helena was there is because they want to put that board inside of Helena.
Absolutely, 100%. So, man, I have to let them win. But I go hard on them when we play chess, mano y mano. I get it. If it's gonna ruin the night, if you know what I mean, then yeah, I'll let them win. You know what I mean? Let them win. You know what I mean? If it's gonna stop the horizontal action, then yeah, definitely let them win.
Whatever you say, babe. Whatever you say.
Yep, board equals Egan family, 100%. You know what I mean? So I get why you didn't like the ending, because even for me, when I was watching it, I liked the show. I thought the episode was good, but I do think I like, and I didn't really say this on the stream when we talked about it, but I think when it comes to the season finale for like from Silo and Severance, I think Severance is the last one. I like Silo's end season finale better, and I definitely like some from season finale better. Like some from season finale is number one for me.
Oh my God, yeah. Killing Jim right there like that, but that made me sad. That's sad. It made me very sad.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with Julie is crazy. So from and then Silo, I know what's gonna happen next season. So I really like
you cheated. You cheated.
I read the book,
bro. You cheated.
I read the book. I cheated.
I can't lie though. When I found out that what they were gonna do in the last episode of Invincible, yeah, I kind of went online and read the comic first before.
Dude,
I was like, oh,
I
no.
read all of them.
Yeah,
I got Invincible. I read all these ones, man.
Said I was literally doing a face palm when I watched that ending scene. I got you. 5 minutes of them running in slow motion, $20 million per episode. Come on, Apple TV.
You know how much money they made?
Yeah. So, oh wait, why do you think Jim is alive?
Gary, you got to talk to me about this, man. I need to know.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
They said that he was dead, but is he somehow alive?
I'm curious. Said Brian, Jeff, Yellow Jacket doesn't give you Jim Matthews vibe.
That I 100%, 100%. I loved him too. And so Jeff is the same way. So next season will be goated, Brian. Yeah, the book is so good. I have the book right over here too. Dude, it is so good. It's going to take you around these labyrinths. Like you're going to forget where you're going to end up, and then all of a sudden you will end up where you are. It's so good.
Yeah, Silo is fire. I think you got to look at dreams or dream fragments as story walking time travel. Interesting. In the early parts of the story. So I do hear what you're saying on that. The only thing that I'll say is if Jim ends up alive is if Ethan was wrong to where Julie can actually affect some things that happen while she's doing her traveling. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Yeah, coming in with the knowledge like the man in yellow. Facts. Man, my mind stay cooking up from theories. Yeah, me too, brother.
This is all we do.
Yeah. Facts. And like I was telling Brian earlier, like these are the best shows, like these mystery box shows where you can actually break things down, pause. Listen, when WandaVision wasn't a mystery box show, but they played it like it was. And the breakdowns that we used to do on that show were nothing compared to this. I mean, my boy LDG sat in the back room and he would just pause every single scene. Trust me. Trust me. Garrett, so it's saying that Julie ends up story walking to call home, end up being the phone call to kill Thomas.
Oh, I like it.
It's possible. Do you guys know the red string of faith? I don't. Do you, Brian?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay, explain it for us, brother. We should make our own TV show with the amount of theories we make. Yeah, 100%.
100, yeah.
100%. I agree with you. Yeah, something like that, Fletch. Jim disappeared for a year after Thomas' death because he was traumatized with Julie's phone call. Ooh, that's interesting.
What if we find out that the kimono lady can also bring back one of them too?
Ooh, that would be interesting. That would be
And then
interesting.
Julie finds her, and she holds her hostage until she brings back her father.
It's like predetermination, like your life ends basically when the string stops or gets cut.
Oh, so like even like Hercules and whenever you cut the string, they die. But
Yeah.
I was thinking it's like a visible thread, like kind of like connecting all people through this stuff. Where whatever they're dealing with, this is like this invisible thread that holds them together.
Absolutely. Kimono lady for the rescue. Facts, 100%. But via story walking, you can always go back to the start of the thread. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. But can you change it though, right? Like Julie throwing the rope, Garrett. Yeah. So we've talked about that and we talked about the rope and it's like she didn't change anything because what she
She
did,
already did it.
yeah, right. So she didn't change anything. Now, if she can actually change anything, that remains to be seen. But I think if she can change anything, then that brings up because why don't you go back and stop the Akui kids from getting killed? And then if
But
you stop the Akui kids from getting killed, then nobody ever goes to From Town. You know what I mean?
she does it, but she doesn't have to change anything if you figure out a way to say like he wasn't already dead. Like you're able to go to a point where you didn't see him, you didn't stop him from dying, but he actually didn't die. You were able to keep him alive in some way. That's what her goal has to be. I'm not
Yeah,
changing anything. I just don't know what the future holds.
right, right. So maybe giving him some information to where he doesn't walk off or he runs as
You
soon as
find out that she gave him some type of medicine that was able to keep him alive, for his blood to be, to coagulate faster. That she was able to save him some way.
Mhm.
Even though I will tell you that the actor is not expected to come back. So we can say all we want, but if he
He's
doesn't come
not,
back,
or he is.
he's not
Oh yeah.
supposed to in season.
Oh,
It's not in the next season, but he could in the final season.
he could in the final season. Yeah, she has to complete what she started 100%. The story is already written. Ethan said it. She most likely starts or stop things. I agree. I agree.
We all think Julie's the one.
Yeah, 100%. But it is written. It is written, not how.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Borrowing from a lot of different mythologies. Yes, they do. Yes. From takes from a lot of them. We talked about the Garden of Eden. We talked about Adam and Eve, like
Mm-hmm.
everything, right? There's a lot of things in this show that they do take from a lot of mythology. The kimono lady is from
Yep.
like a Chinese or
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese
The red string of
mythology as
fate
well.
is Chinese and Japanese belief that
Yeah.
things are strung together. So like like all those things are from all type of different cultures and they're putting it together. I like that.
Exactly, Fletch. We talked about that a couple episodes ago where he said, she's like, "Oh, can I help you? You want me to tell you stories?" He's like, "No, I can
I
write
tell my
my
own
own
stories
stories,
now.
man." Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at that point. And I think that's because when he got to From, right, he basically took over from where Victor had left off. So
He
now he's
became the
able to
story
write
talker,
the
storyteller. Mm-hmm.
storyteller, yeah.
But
And
Victor was, and that's why he knew that he needed to take the violin away. Because if he kept the violin away from them, they never would have brought the man in yellow back.
Absolutely, 100%, right? And not to mention, that's probably why he took a liking to Victor. You see, the two people that Victor had taken a liking to are because he hated everybody,
Julie,
was Julie and Ethan.
Ethan.
And we
Mm-hmm.
we think it's Julie because back in his mind, he may not remember, but Julie was the one that helped him when he was a kid. She goes back and story walks and helps him move the car and bury the bodies and all of that stuff, right? So she did that as well. So that's where we think about with the Julie stuff. And then the Ethan stuff, because Ethan is the next storyteller,
Yep.
you know. So the beginning is the end and the ending is the beginning. 100%. That's exactly what they said. This is all Ethan. Like the world we live in originates and from, that's why we go back and come. That's why we go and come back. Oh shit, Ethan helped finding the violin indeed.
I'm telling
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Someone better kill the boy.
So
You know what? Go ahead.
what's interesting is that Boyd is questioning right now because we're on episode 3. Is this really real?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone keeps saying, is it possible that she was right? Your wife, she could have been right the entire time. This is not literally real.
Mm-hmm.
So even though writers said, "Oh, it's real," all this stuff is real, but it brings it to effect that this thing seems like a story that's being told by a child.
Yeah, it does.
So it seems like like it lines wires that go in the ground and don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Children don't know where it comes from, so they don't know what it is. Is it possible that you're able to speak into existence? And then the people that are hurt the most are the people that are happiest at the end of the season. So like, remember what happened to Ellis and Fatima? Well, guess what? They were getting married, right? They were happy. They were all in love, and they loved being there. So they ruined it. So was it the house? What's it called? House? What's it?
Colony House.
Colony House. Everyone was celebrating Tabitha, and they're all happy, and they're celebrating. So they had to end that happiness.
Yeah.
Jim and Tabitha were starting to reconcile, and everything was going well, and the family was coming closer together. So what did they have to do? Kill Jim. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone who's happy, well, was Boyd and his wife. They were talking about it, all this stuff. They're happy to be together, and Boyd was figuring out stuff, and he, so what they had to do? They had to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
He had to make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Wife or your son?
100%. And I think there's gonna be Victor, who had that hope now that his father is there, father telling him, I'm going to protect you. They're going to take that hope away from Victor by killing his father.
I can see it. Henry being gone. Yep. There we
or,
can only be one.
or the opposite, killing Victor, right? And bringing that hope that Henry had away, right? So you could go either way with that, because I know in season 1, Victor wasn't supposed to live. So I still have it in my mind that somewhere Victor might die. You know what I mean? So we'll see if they do that. This doesn't have to be our reality, but they fake brands, which I think the families that sacrifice their children, Chrome and Cola.
I don't know that one. Yeah.
Me neither. Indeed, Brian, monsters that come at night. Absolutely. Yep. Childlike. A god could be infantile.
But that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Victor is the next huge death.
Yeah, me too. Ethan is the cure from happiness is a stinky cologne from facts. 100%. Victor dies next season as soon as he tells the full story of Eloise, I think, and Julie's story walked to save Eloise, probably. 100%. I agree with you. And I think we said that last year, that the minute Victor tells
everything, he dies.
He dies. Yeah, he dies. 100%. Victor saved his life because the actor playing Victor is acting his butt off. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And they watched it and like, you know what? We need to give more of this guy. But that's what I'm saying.
That's why you have to kill him, because no one feels more worth. I mean, everyone loves him so much. He's the most lovable character. You have to kill him. It's either him or Donna.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And they don't have to kill Kenny, because Kenny, they just torturing him with ruining his life.
Facts. And even in this episode, Donna says, like, I don't know how much more I can take. So you can see the cracks in there. So it's possibility that maybe the town is able to get their hands on Donna next season and possess her in some kind of way. Maybe she starts hearing voices or something. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
So,
that would be so messed up. Yeah.
and I think her death, and I said it last year, I think her death and Victor's death would be one of the deaths that would hurt the most. Like people would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
People
they
will
did
lose their
that."
damn mind.
Facts. He needs more lines. I agree. Son, he is their Daryl. If he dies, the
The
show
show
is
is
over.
over. You might be right though, honestly.
We still got Boyd though. I think if Boyd dies, that's gonna where the show will like, oh, no one's watching because
You can't do
when
that. You can't kill Boyd. That's just
not
not
until the
happening.
last. Yeah, yeah. If Boyd is to die, he dies in the
He,
last
I
episode.
don't think he
You know what I
dies. I
mean?
think what he doesn't even die. What happens with Boyd is like he stays behind to save everybody else.
Or something like that.
To
100%.
keep the man in yellow at bay for not getting into the real world.
I agree. Victor had an interesting interaction with the newcomer Julie when she alive. We
Mm-hmm.
know Victor doesn't like newcomers. I think he met with Storywalker Julie before.
Exactly. She was there when he was a kid.
Agreed. And we even have the theory that Julie is the one that told the kids the story of hope, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have that too.
And why
And
should be a story that Jim told her when she was little?
facts, 100%. And the reason why Julie is right. So it's happened, right? We know that they had a story of hope. We just don't know who did it. Julie has
Mm-hmm.
to go back and finish what she started and give those kids the story of the hope. So that's definition. We never saw Victor having a seizure. No, we
No, but
didn't.
we always did see that he stayed in those mines where the rest of those monsters live. That he had a place out there that he could kind of just stay out there without any, talisman or anything like that. Yet he still lived.
Absolutely.
That's very questionable.
100%, right? And so what I always say is that the families are mirroring each other, right? So yeah, Victor maybe not have had seizures, but Victor's the storyteller. Oh, maybe he did have seizure because Ethan had a seizure.
Yeah, but as soon as he got there,
Yeah,
when he
Ethan
was
had
in
a
the in
seizure.
the
So
in the trailer when it flipped over.
yeah, yeah, it's a part, and that moment could be the moment where Ethan took over as the story writer.
That's a good point. I like that.
You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe if we get back to flashbacks, we'll probably see Victor having a seizure, right? Because the people that have seizures, we still don't know the full connection to it, but we know we're definitely going to find out why people are having seizures. And it's possible that Fatima gave us a hint in this episode where she said, people aren't listening enough. When Nadia said people aren't listening enough, that's why not everybody hears it.
Yep. That's a
He
good one.
did draw her. He only makes drawings of what people that are gone. Absolutely.
He makes drawings of people that he doesn't want to forget.
Ooh, Julie took the photo of Christopher. Possible.
Oh,
Yes, I like that.
whoa!
I like that, Fletch. I didn't
Oh
even think
man,
about that. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Yes,
I
yes,
like that.
me too. I definitely like that as well. How does she story walk? How does it work? You think? I'm open to spitballing. Um, you see, here's the thing. So we got a little glimpse of what happened, but I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's the full way. Because I just can't see every time she's story walking, her body is left out there in the open. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yep.
Like that. So
I
I
think that
think
it started that way, right?
yes, yeah.
And then because remember what the end when they're in the forest, right? So Ethan was with her, and then all of a sudden she disappeared.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that when she starts it, the seizure might start it, but then all of a sudden her body goes with her and she disappears.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree with you. I think there's something more to that just like her body lying unless there's someone always there watching her, which I don't see that because it looks like she's going to be on a mission on her own
Mm-hmm.
unless she enlists Randall's help, who I could see helping her. You know what I mean? Oh, you helped me drive. I need your help to try and save my father. You
Yep.
know, so definitely I could see that. Where was I? Because because if he didn't have seizure, he is connected to the place.
I think he's 100% connected to the monsters. I think they helped to take care of him or watch out for him because they're using him because they want
Hmm.
someone to play with.
Yeah, like he's safe. I agree. Safe. My bad. No, I got you. We got you. If you keep coming down
Down
here,
here,
we'll
we'll
have
have to
to keep
keep
you.
you here.
Exactly.
They
So
didn't
one,
kill him. They just
yes,
warned him, stop doing
yes,
it.
yes, and which told us that he was constantly down there. You know what I mean? So absolutely, she knows where the camera is. Is she the one that found the camera?
But that's kimono lady. I think they used it with the whole
Hmm.
Elgin stuff.
Yeah, exactly. From the future. Hmm. I thought Victor said he only drew pictures of people that were gone. That's why he didn't accept the drawing that Ethan made of him. No,
No, see, he said I make drawings to so I don't forget, so I
so I
can
don't forget.
remember.
Yeah, yeah, so I don't forget. Having Julie take photos with Elgin must have been foreshadowing her
Foreshadowing.
taking the Christopher photo. You're cooking, Garrett. I agree. That
Or
I agree.
funny, would Elgin ever been there for the kimono lady to talk to or to kind of swindle if Julie wasn't there next to him?
Facts. 100%, which was able to possess the camera, right? Ooh, yeah,
Hmm.
you guys are cooking. Yeah, that works for me. When you astral travel, your body is abandoned. Yeah, I get it, right?
But when she
But
wakes up, I think that her body catches up with her. It's almost like quantum leap. Like when you go somewhere,
mhm,
all of a sudden the body takes away and puts you in there in the actual place.
yeah, I agree. Because she needs a way to take her body with her, or somebody could kill her or take her physical body.
Yep.
Exactly,
Yep.
100%. Look at this guy. Kaka Trask, we paid Penguin is much better than this. Daredevil is much better than this. Also, no, it's
No,
not.
no.
No, it's not. If you like Penguin better, I'll give you that. But Daredevil, because I'm watching it, it is not. And I still don't say that.
You like Penguin
Absolutely
is good too, but it's not better than From. So that's why I like
not.
all of those. It's not better than From.
Yeah. Absolutely. But if she used the camera to take the photo of Christopher, shouldn't she start story walking when she grabbed the camera when it was with Elgin? The object would make her story walk. No, no, I think it's the tunes. I think
I
she
think
has
she
to
has to
do some,
go out there. She has to go out
yeah,
to the tombs.
she has to go to the tunes to do
Yeah.
it, right? I don't think it's the camera that has anything to do with it. I think it's the tunes. I don't know if the object caused it, but that would be nice. Come on, Batman 2, let's go, lad. Let's not do that, Danny. We're not doing that. We're gonna be on stream in another few minutes, Danny. Then you can talk your crap over. The mind
The
makes
mind
it
makes her
real. I
real.
like it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So once
yeah,
she opens her eyes and the news that she's in a new place, the body's pulled away and it goes there. Once she
absolutely.
sees it.
I think Danny must have been smoking some of my stuff tonight, bro. Look at this. Yeah, Danny, you were smoking tonight, eh? You getting your buzz on. I got you.
That's quality. Whatever you smoking, that's quality.
I'm just saying objects work because Boyd needed the torch to activate the
The
dungeon
dungeon.
mindset. I agree. I agree. But I think the reason why Boyd needed the torch is because he wasn't like a chosen one, right? I think there are some people in this town are chosen to do certain things. Um, Ethan chosen to storyteller, Julie chosen to story walk, Tabitha and Jade are the reincarnations, right? And
Mhm.
they have their own quest, right? They have their own quest. Now, I know
But
it's
you
like
have
saved.
you have quest people with quest. You have other heroes. I think
Yes,
the boy
yeah,
and I believe From would not have chosen boy because I think they're afraid of him still.
absolutely, 100%. I also think Martin's physical body is the one that's in the secret chamber. His mind state is what's on the dungeon when Boyd went there. His
I
mindset.
think that Martin could have been a story walker, and what happened was he was doing stuff like when he did it.
And
That
got
was one
caught.
thing, and then and then when he left, he woke up and went to the other place. He's a story walker himself.
Yeah, could be 100%. If that's the case, I feel like then she needs a piece of paper with a date, a talisman, and an object of that time that would logically get you there. You know
I
what?
think
That's
someone has to
that's
teach her there. Someone has to teach her how to do it, and
yeah. It's
that's
gonna
why it's
be
important that
Eloise.
she found Eloise. Yep.
Eloise, yeah, 100%. And one of the warping trees.
I
Yeah,
told you
Garrett.
I think there's good trees and bad trees.
Mm-hmm. Me too. 100%. Yeah, Garrett. Why do you think Boyd ended up in the dungeon after the tree? He had the bottle note 1964 inside his pocket. Ooh, good point.
He did.
Good
That's
point.
good.
Yeah, really. I think the paper and the talisman plus the tree brought him there. I can see that.
But
I can
what did
definitely.
Victor say? He said the tree can take you put you anywhere, no
Yes.
matter where you are. They'll spit you out whenever they want to spit you out.
Hmm. But it's possible that because he had the paper in there, that
That's
it
where
did
they
spit
chose
him
to
out
do
there.
it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's interesting. I like that. That's why I think the dungeon is active in 1864, and that's when Martin is. Yeah, when, not where. No, I agree with you.
I think
100%.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a Marine, right? But he's
yeah,
Semper Fi and all that stuff. But he's a Marine from Civil War times.
I agree. I agree. 100%. And like you said, he's there in that time, but he's probably not from that time. I can
Yep.
see that 100%. They got Martin locked inside the secret chamber in the cellar due to the worms explaining the dead body and him staying alive in the dungeon as mind state to give the worms to the next one. Yeah, I can see that.
And then he gave the worms away, and that's when
He
he
died.
disappeared.
Yeah, he
Mm.
died. Yeah, he disappeared, and his mind. That's when his body died, right? Because we see him die right after that. So that makes a lot of sense. But it recycled the rock back to the same place. Um, yeah, but Victor said it was random, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, because he even said he's not sure if the rock is going to land there. So, what I'm more intrigued about is how did Victor know you can end up in a mountain? I think Victor, I think Victor have seen a lot of people go through that tree.
I think Victor is also just aware of a lot of stuff that
Hmm.
we have not been privy to, and that's as long as he has secrets, then he'll stay alive. As soon as he tells all the secrets, he will die.
He will die. Absolutely. It was like set to Victor. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Guys, I appreciate you coming in. We will be back next week. So
Nah,
right
now I need
there.
you guys to be here on time next week so we can talk about
Facts.
all this stuff. Because I've actually took a sneak peek into episode 4, and I'm gonna like a lot of this, and we could talk about specific about these things next week because that's gonna be huge.
So Victor didn't know that fire tree. That was a new one. Exactly. I think that's where Brian comes into saying that some of the trees are good and some of the trees are bad. You are correct. You are correct. Got to blaze, but thanks for the chat, peeps. Peace, peeps. Yeah, 100%. We're gonna blaze
That
too,
was
and then
great, Garrett. Yeah.
and, absolutely, and we're gonna be doing the watch party for the Daredevil Born Again season 5 and 6. So make sure you check that out if you want to. Man, I just got the bell too. Oh, you did. Same here. Yeah, because it's gonna pop up soon. That's why I appreciate you guys for coming in. Much appreciated. Said I'll be here next week, Froggy
Froggy
style.
style.
Listen, what episode is the Froggy style? Because I'm gonna go watch that first. And
Don't watch that first.
I'm gonna go watch that episode first, and then watch
Uh,
the rest of the show.
You'll be like, I don't understand what's going on, but this is great.
Facts. Brian, tell the people where they can find you one more time, sir.
Hey, I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We go live Mondays and Thursdays, and Saturdays we do episode breakdowns. We just finished Severance. We're probably going to do something else this next week. I'm going to have a lot of good times. If you guys want to watch something, let me know. That's what we'll break down. But then I'll be here on Tuesdays. We're here with Nzo, and probably every other Friday too.
Facts. Facts. So I appreciate you guys for coming in. Much appreciated. I am Big Ford Entertainment. Stay tuned for the Daredevil watch party. We got 2 episodes of SUV, Law and Order, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna be watching that next up. So, and there will be a link for anybody that wants to watch it with us. He says, "Safe rest, brothers. Appreciate it. Same to you, brother." and we will be back next week with another episode. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
We've got some problems.
Oh, shit. How do you think they're gonna react when we tell them they can't leave? Look, I know this sounds crazy, but none of you are safe here.
Whoa, what the hell is she talking about?
We are all in this thing together.
There are things around here that walk and talk just like us until they walk up to you and rip your guts out. There is no way out.
Oh, thank God we heard the screaming.
You picked a bad spot.
I'm seeing a lot of people pushed to their edge. You ever wonder if maybe that's the point?